In fiction, there are many forms of cross-verse debates in fiction, ranging from Dragon Ball versus One Punch Man, Marvel versus DC, or even Godzilla versus Ultraman. Today we will talk about two of the more hot topics of the recent modern year, where we have Godzilla, who still remains to be a popular icon, versus how I know a bunch of brain dead kids will come fill my comments with this. But besides the point, Titan Drillman, one of the fan-made titans made by Dawn Studios. The same dude who made Sinister Clocking Man, and a bunch of people got retarded over him. But that's besides the point. You should definitely check out my Sinister video, by the way. You should totally check that out. But just aside, yes, Skibidi vs. Godzilla has been a talked about debate for like the last few months to even almost a year. Me personally, I picked no side in this, but that's gonna be a fanboy warning here, so don't get pissed if one of the characters dies here. So I think without further ado, we should begin this video, shall we? So let's begin. Now, the Godzilla source is what we'll start off with for Godzilla Minus 1. And if I'm gonna be honest with you, he doesn't really do too much. He shows up for like a minute in the film. But he does have something to talk about as one video that's just impressive. It's known that during the Operation Crossroad testing, he outspent the nuclear bomb, which was basically killing him, which he then turns into Godzilla. So, yeah, if you couldn't tell, his regeneration is going to be a very prominent thing in this crossover scenario. So, yeah, he's some kind of other stuff, but that's not really too important. But that's just about all the Godzilla source in Minus 1 does. Now, we can proceed to the actual relevant things for Minus 1. Now, we all know during the Godzilla attack, they destroyed a bunch of buildings. This puts them, from what I've seen multiple times, into these city blocks, multi-city block levels of attack potency. Because, well, it's just said from like the fucking novel that it was like pulverizing. But y'all ain't here for these low ends, are you? No. Because we then have to talk about the high ends from Minus 1. We all know in the same scene as Godzilla Minus 1 uses his atomic breath, which basically destroys everything in a 6-kilometer radius. And this has been calced to city level. So, yeah. Or if you're feeling that desperate, you could actually highball this to a mountain or island, but trust me. And this battle right here, you're gonna have to take this, what I say for him, a grain of salt, because Minus literally has nothing else that could possibly get him higher. And everything else is mostly city block or multi-city block. So other than that, though, we can move on to our other competitor, Titan Drillman, or Steve. Now, Titan Drillman, basically one of the strongest Titans in Skibidi multiverse, has some kind of crazy stuff, but he wasn't always this strong. No. We talk about his first form. No, he cannot evolve like a Pokemon or Shin Godzilla. He just gets upgraded. But this first form, when he shows up, performs a large building level feat to where he just like knocks over the buildings like by manipulating the ground beneath them and collapses them in a couple of toilets. And yeah, he kind of just does nothing else after this. Like, I guess everyone at the first time was like large building, perhaps arguably maybe even city block, but that's arguable. Now, by the time of episode 19, that's where stuff can get good. Because in episode 19, there are 2 feats that can get to multi-city block. And this is from one being Titan Cameraman's energy blast from his cannon, which I mean it gets inconsistent, but it's suplex a punch in this one scene. And then you have this Asa Kamikaze, Which, if you thought episode 65 of Booms was bad, this one is like crazy. And Drillman does skill to this, as he's basically taking no damage from the SCP turret to basically coat Titan Speaker Man. And then he just kind of does that, because he just does that. He just eats all the attacks. And for the Titan Cameraman thing, he takes the blast like it was nothing, and then he basically takes his arm off using his own beam, from the Titan Cameraman's own technology. So he just kind of takes this as the amp, and he just kind of stronger. So yeah. Now you can get him to, again, more consistently multi-steel block, because he destroys the clock base, which again is supposed to steel block. Although that Calcor defeat itself could be kind of inaccurate, but it depends, bro. It depends. But then when he's fighting Titan TV, man, he does perform what seems to be a multi-steel block, the arguably small town level feat. That being able to take the his own being back, because Titan TV Man slipped it back in episode 25. He just kind of takes it back, and he just kind of lets, not damaged. I mean, he's already damaged on the fight itself, but he's not crippled by any means. He just kind of gets very weakened. So, yeah. Now, in episode 21, we can get it higher, because he performs a feat that gets town level. As he's able to kaiju just turn a rock into lava, and he just eats it. And then he just kind of performs multiple small tunnel feats, like getting thrown into a mountain, sending Mel 01 flying. He just kind of does that type of stuff. But you can get actually pretty higher, because it's stated by Chief Drillman that Titan Drillman will drill under the entire base 01, which, by the way, on the ground is housing the 1,800 meter tall G-Man. The G-Man mate that we see. Yeah, he's able to constantly just handle this, and it's never he can just do this. And this gets count to mountain level, although there's a code that can get to island level, but you can probably still get island level via his dragon form, which is probably a 5 to 10 times difference, as you can see the performance against 01, who is essentially dogging Steve. Yes, that's his name, Steve. So, yeah, you can just kind of get to island level. Although you can probably debunk this and just get it to a large mountain, which would still be enough to just murder Godzilla Minus 1, because what else is Godzilla Minus 1 gonna do in scaling wise? He's absolute max at city level, but you can probably won't get higher. And as for his speed, I mean, both of them kind of get to the same speed, but Titan Drillman just has more speed feats, arguably. Probably at least supersonic. I mean, he's able to kaiju run with Titan Speaker Man. And Titan Speaker Man is the fastest Titan. And he's just shown to be supersonic on most occasions. So, I mean, yeah. But his attacks can get subsonic to transonic. His beam can. And as far as ability, he can go from fire manipulation, earth manipulation, light manipulation, probably self-empowerment as he gets stronger when he gets angrier. Has resistance to lava. It's just that type of stuff. And then Minus 1, like I said, his own really has his regeneration. So I think with me saying this, biased or not, Minus 1 loses. Unless you can get mountain level to try to make it fair, but what's mountain to large mountain to even just island level? So, yeah. So this video took so long. But we have our victor, and that's Time Drillman. Our, the big boy, Steve. You know what's funny about this is that technically Steve is said to be a 7-year-old, and Minus One has been on Odo Island for like basically double this man's existence in the universe. So he's losing to a spirit, which is canonically just 7 years old. That to me is the fun part. So Minus One is just getting JoJo'd upon by Dragon Drill. I mean, if it was Dragon Drill, then he would just get murdered. If it was just upgraded with this other feat in its prime, he could probably hold off if I even give him that mountain level in, but that's just if you want to really wank Minus One. But I think with all said and done, we have a winner. Out AP, Drillman takes, and Speed, Steve 6 again, and yeah, that's literally nothing else a Minus One could do. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, and have a Merry Christmas. Bye bye.